Make a bit over 5Ks, we go the little pinch up Edward Street and then come down on the main road and finish here.
Excited to be back. Obviously come back for Christmas. I love seeing my family, my friends. And then to get out here on a run this morning is even better. So yeah, it's been a good trip back. I love getting home when I get the chance.
Home? Still home?
Still
King
home.
Island?
I think it's wherever you tell people you're from. I always say King Island. I feel like my family's here, I grew up here. I always come back here, so it's definitely still home for me.
Yeah. 2024, look back.
Yeah, it was obviously a massive year. I think for us, Olympic cycles are the big ones. So obviously having Paris this year, it was a big build-up, a big year. I had a great season, a good way to finish it off here.
Is it always like with the Olympics, is that almost like your whole build-up every 4 years, or there's a lot more in between? It's not just the Olympics.
Yeah, I think for us it's like we have world champs, Commonwealth Games every 4 years as well, so they're big. But as I said, the Olympics is the big one for us. Every 4 years is the big focus. So every Olympic cycle is going to be a big one. I think the general public take a lot more notice in Olympic years as well. So fingers crossed we can go another 4 years and try and get to another Olympics if we can.
What do you need to do another 4 years, you reckon? Yeah, keep running, but...
Yeah, I think just running, same I've done the previous 2 Olympics, just consistent training, maybe move up distance. Maybe I'll move up from the 1500 5K towards the 10K and maybe even a marathon in a few years, but we'll see. But yeah, more of the same, just staying healthy and then still enjoying just the love of the sport as well.
Tell us a bit about your daily routine. How does your average day look like? Is it every day running or...?
Yeah, so it is pretty full on, so it's generally twice a day. Gym a couple times a week, upwards to 160 kilometres. So this morning's only 5K, so it was a nice and easy way to start the day, but generally it'll be most mornings 14 to 25 Ks of work, different intensities depending on the day, but yeah, it's just a lot of work, putting weeks and days of training together.
Yeah, so you got a whole program that you sort of prepare for yourself for the next world champion or whatever event happening. How do you work that? Yeah,
so obviously you'll highlight the key focus of the year. The European season for us starts in May and generally goes for 4 months. So that's the big focus each year, that 4 months, and then the championship as well. So it's kind of working back from there, working out when you need a bit top fitness, the training you need to do to get to that point when May comes around, you're in good shape. So that's a big focus to kind of work out the key dates and then work back from there. And now I think we're 7 months out from world champs in Japan next year. So that's a big focus, and it's just every day trying to get better from now on in.
Do you notice differences in running in different countries? Is it like certain places are easier to run, better to run? How does that work?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think a lot of the nature comes into it, the conditions come. Obviously King Island's beautiful, the weather's generally good this time of year, the air's fresher than anywhere else in the world, so this is a great place to run. And also it's just like the ovals are in great nick, the golf courses to run on are great. So yeah, I think compared to most places in the world, this is such a great place to run. So I think it does compare, there's difference between countries, but I think, yeah, if the weather's good, where it generally is here, it's pretty good to run.
Yeah. Talking about a European season, is it almost like living in Australia, you're almost isolated? Is it almost like go and live in Europe because that's where it's happened a lot of the time? Or?
Yeah, we're probably at a little disadvantage. We're so far away. I think compared to the Americans, they're 8 hours away. We're 22, 23 hours away from the top of Europe. So yeah, I think we are a little bit disadvantaged, but once we go over, you kind of stay over. So you're there for the 4 months, the full season. You don't really get to come home at all just because it's such a journey to come back, and it kind of interrupts your training as well.
Yeah. Were you satisfied with this year, with your results, with how it all went?
Yeah, I think you're obviously, any season you're trying to aim for more. But I think at the end of the day, I went out there, I did my best to qualify for two events in the Olympics was a huge honour. Anytime you get to race for Australia at the Olympics is, firstly the big focus and a huge honour, as I said. But I think you're always looking for improvement. But I think, I went out there, I gave it all in Paris. I think the 4 times I got to step out on the track were amazing. I'm happy with how the season went, but I think every season you're looking to improve and trying to get better because the rest of the world is improving as well.
Where does it stop? Where do you sort of say, I don't know if I'm getting any better? And if that occurs, is it almost like now I stop, or you try to go for a different discipline? Yeah,
I think you always look for different discipline. You'll try different strategies to try and get better. I think you should be able to keep getting better depending on if everything goes well. The main thing is staying healthy, and it's just making sure you have that kind of the drive to want to go again. I think for us, Olympics is every 4 years, so you got to have a lot of commitment if you want to go for a 4-year cycle to get to LA 2028. So the big thing's just enjoying it and then, taking it step by step as well.
Now, going back to Paris, did you pick up anything what actually occurred back at, let's call it here, home? Where it's what people were doing and the following and the cheering on? And
Yeah, you definitely feel the support. A lot of people message you, they'll post, like through my parents, they have a lot of people saying good luck they're watching. And if it's a good time zone, you feel like you see pictures of people at the pub watching, they'll get on the big screen. So you definitely feel like you're not out there just running for you, you're running for your family, your community. So it definitely gives you a boost when you're on that starting line. You kind of know that it's not just about you, you're there representing the people you've grown up with and all the people that have helped you along the way as well.
doesn't feel like pressure? Oh, I have to perform? Or?
I think at the end of the day, pressure's kind of privilege. So having so many people interested, backing in that you're going to go well, it's kind of nice. You feel like you have an expectation on yourself that you can go out, not only represent yourself well, represent the community as well. So I think it's a huge honour to have people giving up their time to watch, giving up their time to help you. So if you can go out there and give it your best, I think they're pretty proud of you at the end of the day.
Look at 2025. What's the year going to be? What's in the planning? What's happening?
Yeah, so the main season kicks off generally in May. So I think the first races are generally in China or in Doha, Qatar, and then work through the European season, and then as I said, World Champs in September in Japan. So that's going to be the big focus next year, and hopefully we can put in a big performance there.
So you're saying in a way that the next 4 months is pretty much training all the time?
Yeah, so we'll have some races. I'm racing down in Tasmania actually tomorrow, and then Tuesday as well. So they're all stepping stones for the greater season. But we'll have some races in, but the big focus in just putting 4 months of good training together, making sure when May comes around, the body's fit, I'm healthy, and I'm ready to put in some big performances overseas.
Couldn't wish for more, could you?
Yeah, hopefully. So we'll find out how the season goes, but it's exciting this time of year. It's exciting getting back into the community, seeing so many people out here running this morning. It's a huge way to kick off the season.